Hi, welcome to For Flow with Chloe, where today we have a pre-pulled reading. Today, Mercury has entered Aries. This is my moon diary. So that is very interesting after having its retrograde journey with Venus from Pisces into Aries and then back again. It's now come back while moving in a forward direction to Aries. The two overall energy cards that I pulled, one from the top, one from the bottom, is the Fool, which has been in, 9 out of 10 readings, I think. That I've pulled recently. It's just there all the time in the background, like zing, new beginnings, and strength. So finding these energies really interesting because that Mercury moving into Aries, it's going to be this woohoo, Mercury, when it's moving forward, it's fast. It's the fastest moving planet, and it likes to go quickly. It likes to make quick decisions. And Aries is quite an impulsive sign that likes to dive in and take charge. So very interesting. What also interests me is this. This card represents Leo, and what do we have on Friday the 18th? But Mars entering Leo. So Mars had its own endless retrograde, seemingly endless retrograde through Cancer, and it's moved back into Leo, and it is feeling a little bit weary and war-torn from its time there. Mars is not too comfortable in Cancer. It would have been having to process a lot of feminine energy being in Cancer, which is a very feminine sign, like a very passive sign. And Mars is the ruler of Aries. It wants to take action, like we just said about Mars wanting to take action. Aries wanting to take action, sorry. We then get King of Wands. We have the Lion again. He represents Mars. Does the King of Wands. He represents fire signs. He's got a salamander on his shirt there, which is a lot to do with transformation as well. And we were just talking about that Mars having to, change and transform, to take on and balance feminine energy. I feel like this Mars has been doing a lot of learning about itself. Our Marses have been doing a lot of learning and enforced introspection, which has not been too comfortable. We also have the moon moving into Sagittarius today, don't we? Yeah, from Scorpio to Sagittarius. And we have the Hierophant. Spiritual, and so that's another fire sign, is Sagittarius. We have the Hierophant. Enlightenment, ascension, some sort of spiritual quest. And look, so joyful. It's got the tree of life as well. See how it's like the trunk, and then it blossoms and blooms into these leaves, like a tree at the top. It's wisdom, it's spiritual wisdom and ascension. So maybe we can only reach our ascension once we've integrated some of this and balanced this masculine feminine energy. Maybe when we've found the strength to do so. The strength to stand in our power in a more passive way instead of a gung-ho way. Knight of Swords, not King of Swords, Knight of Swords, charging in. That's that Mercury, speeding in. The Knight of Swords is a messenger as well, like the bird is the messenger. He's running to get on his bike to get somewhere fast, to deliver an important message. This might be you having some sort of sudden realizations, things that you might have been processing throughout Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde and Mars retrograde, all the retrogrades. It was tough. You know, it's been, they retrograded back into Pisces, where it's quite a lot foggy, dreamy, woo energy. It's not clear, especially when they're going backwards through it. And then for Mercury to suddenly be moving into Aries, go time, delivering those messages, the things we have learned, the things we have been feeling that have been coming up for us, that have been confusing and a lot to process, heavy, made us feel foggy and unable to make a decision, like hard to process. We've started to process some things and it's zing, we're having some realizations finally, like we're getting some mental clarity on what it is we need to do. We then have the Queen of Wands, creativity, diva energy, standing proud, more fire sign energy, but this time the feminine representation of the fire. So we have the King and Queen of Wands on the table here, and what was I saying about balancing masculine and feminine energy? But this is creation, creative, unapologetic. This is who I am. This is what I'm made of. This is what I can make. This is what I can do. This is the life style, the goods that I, you know, want to bring to the table. This is how I want to show up. This is the life I want to create for myself. This is the situation I want to create for myself. And then beautifully, we get the Ace of Pentacles. Big fat coin. Says it all. It's wealth and stability and abundance. Whatever it is that represents abundance to you, you've got it in solid, real life doses. It's a very healthy investment, and maybe an investment in yourself and this future you want to create, or this self lifestyle, whatever it is you want to create. The universe is saying, yes, you can have that in real life. Here's a big fat pentacle to show you the way. We also, Ace of Pentacles represents the earth signs. We also have Sun entering Taurus on the 19th of this month. And Taurians are very grounded. They like their luxury. They like to be steady and luxuriated. So that's all coming in as well, grounding in these new energies. And we get the Four of Pentacles. Holding on maybe a little bit too tight to things, because Taurus is a fixed sign. It's a fixed earth sign. So it can be a wee bit stubborn and find it hard to let go of things. So you might just want to watch for that in your energy. You know, you might feel like when you look at this card, there is like a city behind her that she is almost, it's like, I've come so far from this, now I'm here, I don't want to go back to this. It's like wanting to be like ferociously independent to the point of not being able to let go of that independence, not being able to let go of the past from some sort of hardship or past version of something that you don't want to go back to. So just be careful of holding on too tight to past situations. We also have the Justice card, bringing balance and harmony, balancing those masculine and feminine energies. And again, clarity. Air signs. We just had that full moon in Libra, which may have brought in a lot of clarity for you about what you do need to move away from and what you are holding on too tight to that is creating a disharmony potentially. You need to come back into balance with yourself. I am going to take a couple more. Oh, this one wants to come out. Six of Pentacles, harmony. So giving and receiving, you see the infinity loop of giving and receiving, balancing that energy of flow of energy. So you're not holding on too tight, afraid to give away the energy. Sometimes, you know, you have to invest to grow. If you never invest in yourself, you never trust to invest in anything, you know, you're just going to stay with the same amount. Like, sometimes you have to spend money to make money, so all of the high-flying businessmen say. Not that I know any. What else do you want to tell me? And the Hermit. There's been a long introspection, but you have come all the way up this mountain, going back to that spiritual ascension on the Hierophant card. Climbing up to find that inner light. Being guided by that inner light and all that reflecting you've been doing during the retrograde season to come to this strength of knowing your power and being able to balance and integrate those energies. Again, balance and integrate those energies until you are in this harmonious flow state and secure. You are secure. You don't need to be fearful of going back. You don't need to live in a scarcity mode because we have this balance. Then I had pulled some other cards from the Rooted Woman. We had Cerdwin, the Initiator. So this lady is like a witch. She has her great big cauldron, and she, with her cauldron, she kind of casts spells of transformation. She's a bit of a shapeshifter, and if you drink the potions from her cauldron, there's a bit of an initiation thing of if you there's like a journey that she goes on when someone that shouldn't have drank her potion of transformation steals some of it, and she like hunts him down. He has to go on this long quest, and then so it's like a big spiritual quest of transformation, which you may feel like you have been on throughout these multiple retrogrades. And this need to shift and change and take on challenges, emotional, mental, energetic challenges and blockages, and break those down, dissolve them, and transform yourself. And without doing this quest of balancing all these energies in yourself, you will never, you know, truly have passed this initiation. You will never truly be able to know your own magic and to shift into your new self. We also have the meadow, flourishing and regeneration. We are in spring. And I feel that when we have Venus also move into Aries, which is going to be on the 30th of this month, I feel like things will start. We are all a bit bedraggled and weary still, but things are going to start to shift. By the end of May, after that new moon. So I've got the sun moving into Taurus and a new moon in Taurus coming up. And by the 22nd of May, interestingly, when we come into Gemini season, and like that 2-2 kind of balance number, the twins, balanced energy, I feel like we're going to start seeing the benefits of all of these integrations we've been forced to go through, and this new self flourishing. I mean, there is a shed load as well when you look at it. A shed load of astrology on the 22nd. Look at all that. It's big. We also have Beltane coming up as well. And that was at the 1st of May. Popular time to celebrate May, Beltane, 1st of May. Actual astrological point of it, the 5th of May. But yeah, there's plenty more coming to regenerators. And the well, this is the source. This is knowing, digging down deep into your spiritual well. What connects you? What makes you flow? What puts you in connection with your own spirit, your own soul? What gives you flow? Where is it easy for you? What actually sources you? What actually nurtures you so you can flourish? What is your well? What is your source? It's about drawing upon our source, knowing and trusting we have it, and drawing upon it, and doing the things that give us that feeling of being connected to source. And then we have the sacred marriage. And this again is that flourishing connection to source of both energies of the male and female coming into balance in a sacred marriage. The balance of the yin and the yang, the inner, the outer, the passive, the action, the intuition, the intellect, all brought together. And then I pulled a few crystal cards. We got citrine, full of riches. And we did say, you know, got like flourishing. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Got some good stuff on the table. We've got the, you know, spiritual ascension stuff. We can have our abundance. We had the Six of Pentacles as well. This is our riches coming in, whatever those riches represent to you? Amethyst. So this is linking back to that spiritual ascension, expand and into wonder. So this is very much the crown chakra being lit, being charged in your sort of psychic spiritual awareness, which is going back to that Hierophant card and the Hermit card. And then we have Golden Quartz. There are worlds within you. You are unique. That kind of, being unapologetically you. This is what I want to create for myself. This is what I want to step into. This is the reality I want to step into. And knowing that you are this complex, unique, fabulous being. There are worlds within you. You've got to believe in those worlds and invest in those worlds. And so if you have any of these lovely crystals, maybe you want to be carrying them around and manifesting with those crystals, or getting some extra juju from them. And that is the reading, guys. Mwah! Thank you for watching for Flow with Chloe. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz.